Here is what you missed on Blueprint to a Man's Thoughts on Red Lipstick Vibes.
Did men abandoning the home create the city girl mindset? I want you guys to ponder on that. Then, God damn it, maybe not. Let's go ahead. Let's go.
No. May I?
Please.
Did men abandoning the home create the city girl mindset? No. What they say out here, women chose that. They made their choice, whether it be society, the government, or themselves. It has nothing to do with a man. So pushing us out the way, creating a city girl mindset, that's on them. That's on society, that's on social media, that's what they see, that's what they know, that's all they care about. They could give a damn about anything else. So the city girl mindset, that's on them. That's
fellas,
what they
chime
see.
in whenever y'all want, man. Fellas, chime in.
I mean, that is like, go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, it's social media. It's like, it's women bigging themselves up. Like, if anything, men are trying to be with women. Like, we're not trying to, like influence that.
Did men abandoning the home create the city girl mindset? I want you guys to ponder on that. Then, God damn it, maybe not. Let's go ahead. Let's go.
No. May I?
Please.
Did men abandoning the home create the city girl mindset? No. What they say out here, women chose that. They made their choice, whether it be society, the government, or themselves. It has nothing to do with a man. So pushing us out the way, creating a city girl mindset, that's on them. That's on society, that's on social media, that's what they see, that's what they know, that's all they care about. They could give a damn about anything else. So the city girl mindset, that's on them. That's
fellas,
what they
chime
see.
in whenever y'all want, man. Fellas, chime in.
I mean, that is like, go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, it's social media. It's like, it's women bigging themselves up. Like, if anything, men are trying to be with women. Like, we're not trying to like influence that. Like, we really not, statistically, we're really not abandoning our home. It's the women abandoning their home statistically. So, like, just with that small portion of us, the men that's even leaving, is like, it's like, we're not causing that. It's social media, other women. It's like, and it just depends on y'all definition of what a city girl is, because man, my definition of a city girl is a ghetto independent black woman. That's my definition of a city girl. But I mean, other people might have other definitions for her. So
I got a few to add to that. So because again, the wording, right? So city girl mindset. First of all, I agree. It does start with pop culture, music, social media, and etc. It can also be a list of independence, sex, sexual liberation, prioritizing money, lifestyle, and self over traditional relationships, viewing dating, sex, and traditionals, struggling with strategy, but just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna flip it on the side. So the question was, what again, sir?
Question is, did men abandoning the home create the city girl mindset?
All right, so I'm gonna be the odd man out. I'm gonna say yes. Men abandon it 100%, and here's the reasons why. History shows physical leaning would due to incarceration, addiction, economy collapse, abandonment is between the 70s and 90s, emotional distress where men can't be controlling their behaviors, being abusive, emotional unavailable, lost stable jobs, factory work and reducing men's stability to provide, leading and stress. So, and also deal with cultures for treating women in an obscene way. So yes, men abandon the home.
I'm gonna push back on that.
We all disagreeing on that one.
I'm gonna push back on that because I'm gonna push back on that because when I look at my childhood coming up, my mother's a single mother, and God blessed me to have my eyes both open to the fact that my mom was the reason why she was a single mother. Nobody forced her to be that way. Her dad being there and not being there did not force her to be that way. Neither did my grandmother. She got up and decided to want to be rebellious and decided to want to run to the streets instead of taking care and being responsible for her body. Then when she got pregnant and had me at 18, she spent the next 20 years of her life trying to reclaim her 20s to the degree where I got married, had my own kids, and because she was still trying to be hot girl city summer, or whatever the hell you call that crap, is just another name for being a hoe, I had to tell her she couldn't be around my family because that's the code that I stand on. I don't care who you are. You do not get to be a hoe and think that I'm going to sit there and cry tears because you wanted to be a hoe. Okay? So it could be mama, grandma. At the end of the day, we don't control what these women do. And just because you happen to run into her, she happened to run into a relationship that didn't work out, if it resulted in kids, she could have literally still had a somewhat enjoyable life, go to work, finish her school, take care of her kids, be hot and be kept until she found somebody to get. I don't understand why that has to be a man's fault when there are a plethora of situations where women are going out of their way to put themselves into calamity. So you're not getting me personally to agree with that. I'm sorry, Grey Pill. I got to disagree with that 100%. There's too many women that are going out of their way to put themselves in bad situations. And then they're going to sit there and want to put it on a man. No. A preacher defined love as legs open very easily. And I'm sorry, from my position, too many legs open very easily. And to individuals who have no intentions other than to do what, and I think it was described earlier as being a player. So if you get played by a player, you shouldn't have played with the player because he's been playing. I land my plane.
Great pillar. When you can open your locks.
The question was, I stand on the open comment said it was very controversial for everybody, so it's pretty much for everybody on the floor to respond to it.
Okay.
It wasn't a clapback.
Okay. Appreciate it.
That's kind of like saying us as black men without a father in the home, we're gonna be drug dealers, thugs, or whatever the case may be. I just can't submit to men abandoning the home, creating the city girl mindset. I mean, they might create other emotional and psychological issues, but city girl mindset, I think that's a stretch.
I'm just trying to figure out how can men abandon something that in most cases they never even been in. Most of these women having babies, they don't even know who the father is, let alone live with him and have a baby with him so he has a house to abandon. Are there some men who have abandoned families? Sure, those are the ones that get the most noise and attention towards them. But I don't think that's most, you know what I'm saying? I think most of the time women have kids in bad situations. So, and they make their own mindset, but that ain't got nothing to do with men. They doing their own thing now. So,
they doing their own thing now.
I really don't correlate city girl with like whole activity. I know that's crazy to say, but I don't correlate.
What's the difference?
It's definitely
damn good question. I was going to ask that earlier.
It's definitely that.
What's the difference? What's the difference between a city girl and a hoe to you?
Okay, so like I said before, my definition of city girl is a ghetto independent woman that does what she want, and she doesn't like. She does what she want. And she's very masculine,
right? Including and what she does, what you want. What you mean?
Like as far as like, she don't listen to no authority. Nobody is above her. Like she's doing what she want. Like literally.
What she want to do?
Like go out let's say this city girl has a man. She's gonna go out whenever she wants to. She's going
on girls trips.
She's going. Yeah, she's going.
What happened on girl trips?
Her homegirls more. She's gonna listen to homegirls more than her own man.
Right. What happened on girls trips? What
you mean?
What happens on girls trips?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Lord Jesus.
I mean, what they got to do with me explaining
nothing at all.
Of a city girl.
You don't want to answer the question. You don't got to answer the question.
I mean, girls trips. I would assume they're fucking.
God.
Okay.
But does that make them a whore?
Is it a safe?
Of course.
Yes.
Women that go on girl trips, do that make them a whore?
No, it's what they do on the girls trips that makes them a whore.
If a woman sleeps with one man, does that make her a whore?
No, but if you go to Dubai and start messing with some camels, you are definitely a whore.
Hey, it don't matter if you sleep with them in Alaska.
Damn it.
Y'all said, if she sleeps with one man, that doesn't really make her a whore.
Bro, city girls.
If she has a man and goes to Dubai and takes $10,000 to sleep with some camels, she's a whore.
Yo, city girls learn.
Y'all
city girls learn. City girls learn. Stay there.
All right. Everybody go to your corners. We have a new panelist. Beans. What up, Beans? Hope all is well, man. Thank you for waiting patiently. Salute to you, man. And any thoughts on what you heard so far and any chime in, sir?
That's good with you, Beans.
What up, Ricky? What's up, fam? Yeah, man, you got us small as hell on this screen. I'm getting old. I gotta zoom in so I can see y'all.
He getting old.
Bro, I swear, then the dark glasses ain't helping me, but these lights be so bright, they be affecting my eyes. I'm getting old around this joint. So I'm trying to think where was I at? I was at the statement that the brother was making. I was trying to hold on to the question, but I kind of liked the way that he was articulating his argument about just because a woman may go, take a trip somewhere and have sex with somebody doesn't make her a whore, right? I like the way you articulated that argument. I think I probably would tend to agree with you. But I think they was looking at it from the position of the woman being in a relationship, right? And then I think when you add in that component, I do think it's kind of unfair for this label to say that if you go hang out with your girls and y'all go somewhere,
Bluetooth connected
to one of their houses, that you must be screwing, right?
That's what you call moving the goalpost.
I don't even think we can apply that to the majority of women, to be honest with you. Now at the same time, I'm not trying to pretend like I would be comfortable with my girl going. So we could say that, like, it's uncomfortable. It's probably not the best thing for you to do, but at the same time, a lot of guys be doing everything in their power to get away from their girls. You know what I'm saying? To be outside, be with the homies, be at the club, be at the bar, be at the court, be at the game, be everywhere but with their girl. So you just want her in the house 24 hours a day, all the time. She can't have a life at all. I think as men, we gotta start being a little bit more rational, in our conversation. Now, as far as the question goes, the answer, to be straight up, is no. And that's because I don't think the majority of men actually abandoned their homes. I think a lot of times these were mutual decisions. A lot of times women wanted the men gone. More often than not, I think that may have been the case, that the women actually wanted the men gone. And it's a different dynamic. So when I was with my son, I'm gonna try not to be long-winded because I hate when other people do it. But when me and my son, mom was together, we was in our relationship for 7 years. My son was around for 6 of those, right? So I was with my son literally every single day. The only time I wasn't with him, I was locked up for like a week, I think. But other than that, I was with my son every single day. When we didn't live together, I saw my son every other weekend. Like, that's just the way life works. So, but he don't have this idea like I abandoned him. Right? It's like I'm always there. If you need me, it is what it is. But I got a whole nother life I'm trying to operate over here now, So it just kind of like out of sight, out of mind to some degree, man. It just be what it be. It's not abandoning, right? And then on top of all of that, I think for a long time the numbers was wrong on the involvement of Black fathers with their kids' lives. Right now we have better research, better, and better numbers to rely on about the involvement. I heard people like Charlie Kirk them still lying and saying only, 1 out of every 4 Black kids has their fathers. Like, come on, man. Like, don't make me punch you in the mouth, dog. Stop lying, right? The numbers say that 42% to 47% of Black kids actually live in a 2-parent household. That's what the numbers say. And that ain't including boyfriend and girlfriend or single fathers who have their kids. So the number probably really is more like 60% of Black kids, right, have a relationship with their father. So we just got to change the narrative up a little bit. But to answer the question directly, no. Women are autonomous beings, bro.
Can I?
Appreciate you. Yep. Go ahead, Ron. You got it.
Okay. So. Beings, that was good, bro. Like, especially when I was just thinking back when I was little, right? You notice how, and I might be assuming, y'all let me know if I'm off, okay? Right? When you was little, right? Mm-hmm. I don't even know if anybody told you it was, right? But the impression you had was like your dad left you. Mm-hmm. Right?
Absolutely.
You didn't know none of the rigmarole. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The feeling, the presence was he left, right?
Mm.
Right, and this what I try to explain to ladies when y'all don't understand how much we really do love y'all when we love y'all, right? Right. We'll stay with a situation that's not working, right? We'll stay with a female that we really shouldn't be with, right? Because we don't want to cheat ourselves and be hypocrites, right? Like when we was looking at our dad saying, hey, you should have tried, you should have stayed, you should have tried, you should have stayed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, Ricky, my situation was a little bit different. I just want to say that just because it was different. I was told straight up and down, I'm keeping you away from your father. Now, when I'm young, I don't like it. You're saying all this stuff about him, but I don't know him. I just know what all y'all saying. Dope fiend, bad guy, all this other stuff. But then when I was old enough to realize, because she was like, I kept you away from him for all these reasons. Yeah, but now I don't got my brothers, my sisters, my grandmama, all my cousins. I don't got none of them either on my father's side. But when I got older, I realized she might have been doing the right thing because he was the type of dude that would have ran off with me just to get her attention type shit. He was that kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but to your point though, guess what? Right. I still got the same narrative about Black men in general. Right. My father's different because he crazy. You trying to keep me away from him, but the narrative was the same for me that all Black fathers was just running away from their kids.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Me as well. I never knew my dad, so it was kind of tough. And with my mom dying at 9, it was that closure thing that people talk about. Like some people don't get an opportunity to get that. Like with a father that didn't want you and a mother that left early. It was questions that I couldn't get answers to. And like you said, Rick, it was a narrative that was painted. But ultimately, the ultimate embarrassment comes at the doctor. When he asked me about a whole side of my history that I can't tell him about, medical and otherwise, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, you feel some kind of way.
So, it hits on a different level for me, but absolutely, Rick, I attribute to your sentiment. It's a certain narrative that's painted and we got to kind of push through that. And that's what made me so intentional. This is why I waved the flag that I waved that, I've been through a certain situation and I don't want these kids to go through that. So marriage, breaking cycles, breaking curses. It was something different for me. It wasn't just a piece of paper and something with the state. It was about doing something my father didn't have the courage to do. He didn't have the courage to pay his bills, love his wife, put gas in the car, come home to the family every day, go out on Friday. Like, he didn't have that. And that's what gives me the engine and the gas in the engine to drive, that, you know, I have a certain wherewithal that man didn't have, and my kids will be able to, you know, speak a different narrative when it comes to being a dad. So shout out to you fellas, because y'all teach me a lot sitting here with y'all and listening to y'all, visiting y'all channels, man. You guys have a lot of information to give, so keep doing that, keep being you, and I appreciate y'all for all being here, man.
So can I ask a question to the panel just really quick? Sure. Since we're on this, before we get off this City Girls thing, because I really want to drive this part home, especially since we're talking about Black fathers, and Sunday is supposed to be Father's Day, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I got a question from Sis after your statement.
Yeah,
it is.
Aren't you a father, bro? What's going on?
Man, don't give a damn about Father's Day, bro.
Come on,
man.
Hey, so whose fault is it for women being city girls, lying to the children about who their daddy is or who their daddy is not? Who's responsible for that? Because and the reason why I'm asking this question is literally because when I hear the word city girl, these are the things that come to my mind. It's not whether she's just promiscuous and she's just going on girls trip. It's all of the consequences that bleed into society. Excuse me. Right? So who's at fault for that? Is it a man's fault that a woman would be out there doing what she does, not keeping track of what she's doing and how she's gallivanting about, to get pregnant and lie about who a child's father is? Whose fault is that? Is it men's fault?
It's an argument for men's
question.
Like, it's an argument for men's fault. You just don't want to hear it. It is not. And look, it won't be true for maybe even the majority of situations, but it'll be true for enough of them that it matters, right? Like, so. Mm-hmm. It's just about whether or not you would be willing to accept it, man. Because I mean, let's not pretend, bro. It's a lot of yo baby going on. I love you, I got you, man. It's you. All I can think about is you and me forever and ever. Bang, 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 ski, ski, ski. Shit, I forgot your number. Right? It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of dreams being sold, a lot of lies being told, bro. It's a lot of it. So I just said, to some degree, yeah, it's an argument for this shit being on men to some degree. But you said responsible. So responsible is different from accountable, right? Because responsible means who got to clean this shit up. And I'm sorry, ladies, but that's y'all.
Absolutely. But what about the men, though?
Exactly.
What about them?
God damn it.
Shout out to Red, man.
Sis has a question for us, and then we're gonna actually go back to Beans, because what about the men, though? This is something that he came up with. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of backstory.
Why Red ain't up here? This a whole panel without her. It's hush. Like, why she ain't up here?
She got something to say. She got something to say. Let's see if we can hear this.
So my question is for the panel is, we're talking about the fathers leaving the home. If we say that the fathers play an important part in the daughters' lives, brother, I do have a clip on the in the media where it has Shahar Ali, when she says it's important for the male to be in the home because he provides guidance and structure and discipline. So if there is no man there to do that, if the father is not involved in the girl's life and she turns into a 304 or a city girl, could we say that his absence, his discipline, his structure, his guidance in her life caused has a lot to do with her becoming who she is? That is my question.
The men ain't leaving. The women.
We need the black man in our home because they provide guidance, direction, instruction, discipline, gratification, and fulfillment, which a lot of black women are pretending they don't even need no more. They weren't around trying to act like men.
There you go.
The men ain't leaving. The women are leaving. The women are keeping the kids away from her.
Well, I'm gonna say something about Shahrazad. Shahrazad Ali, at that time, she did the woman's understanding to the black man, everybody was chiming in and everybody was cool with it. But when she did the black man's understanding, the black man's guide to understanding the black woman, she was controversial with black women. Like, I don't know what, they was tearing her apart. You know what I'm saying? And because black women are, so I'm gonna say something real quick, and I keep getting I know we keep talking about current events, but sometimes you gotta kind of go back to the past to really even understand where we at currently.
Okay.
So when we came here, you understand what I'm saying? We was never supposed to even think in the realm of having no family at all. All these topics we having right now, we understand that the 3/5 of a man, and you know what I'm saying, and the buck, you know what I'm saying, and being broken down and just tilling the land, and that's it. The crazy thing was, it was just a dream for sisters to look at that White House with that picket fence where Master was at, for her man to actually have that house. That was just like, it was unrealistic. It wouldn't happen or whatever. That first generation of children that was born, whether the father dipped, left, willingly or unwillingly, whether he was sold off to another plantation or whether he was murdered or he stayed and became a sucker and just played role. I didn't mean to call him a sucker, but he just played his role on the plantation, didn't do nothing, and just went with the program. He was not active as a family member. So as time went on, that first child, that first black man, that first black woman seen their father in a different light. He was not available to them. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. So that the second generation, it was the same. And the only thing that's happened in time is, when you talk about the 50s and the Sam Cooks, you know what I'm saying, we got the Cadillacs or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but you still ain't, everybody had that white picket fence, not yet. And then we go through civil rights, you know what I'm saying, then we finally get jobs, we get factory jobs. So that gives the black man a little bit of power of something, so they can start to provide for his family, you know what I'm saying, but then drugs come in, and the factory jobs go out of here. So now he back down again, another blow. But at the same time, we got programs taking care of black women that say, we got your back, but you got to get them out of here. Going back to Claudine.
Brother, 1 second. Can I please interrupt you? And forgive me, because I'm an old head. When I hear people making mistakes, I don't want to let them build on those mistakes.
What was a mistake? Because I'm 52. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm 52.
Uh-oh.
I just want to say fuck you very much for looking 28.
God damn it, man.
All the time, yo. I get all the time.
This is bullshit. Hey,
Get him, Bean.
He like, you got a whole album coming out next week.
I don't stress.
A whole trap album coming out next week.
You crazy.
I ain't mad at you though. But
what's up?
Yeah, so here's where the mistake is at, right? And the reason why I'm saying it that way is because a lot of times when I deal with, in this space, they call them blackity black, right? It's the people who always talking about, the plight of black people, right? Which I don't necessarily have a problem with. But when they're dealing with the black conservative douchebags, as I call them, right? They always talking about, oh man, listen, bro, y'all always whining and complaining about the black experience. And what I always tell people is, look, if you want to talk about how bad white people are, you don't even have to go back to slavery. This don't even bring slavery up. You can literally stand in 1900s, right? The reason why I'm saying that is this. When you go to 1955, some data will even say 1960. Do you know who the most married black men were in America? Black men. The black man, on average, would be married more than white men.
Because we've been
in 1960, right? Black women were equally rated to be married as white women, right? So all of that shit that happened to us in slavery, even though you know, some of it stayed in with a smaller percentage. We're talking about 15% of black people. We overcame, brother.
No, but Beans, I wasn't finished though.
I understand that, but the problem is this though, that we overcame that. Right, it was a whole new thing that they did to us to break us back down, coming through the 60s and the 70s. Right, so the point is that we actually did overcome the bullshit, and because sis said we not answering her question respectfully, it is her show. She asked the question, right? She wants an answer to her actual question. So that's why I really want to jump in and just say, like, no, don't say that, because way after slavery, we was doing good in this country. Take away the lynches and bullshit, we was doing all right. But go ahead.
So I was going to bring it back. So yeah, we was actually overcame during the Tulsa time and the Sumter time. So right, I dig it. Right, we had our own.
That's in the 20s.
Yeah, so that's right. So I'm agreeing. So we actually did turn it around. But what I'm saying is, when we got to the 70s, there was a women's liberation, and there was cocaine, there was drugs, it was heroin that came in the late 60s. You know what I'm saying? And some may consider civil rights actually fucked us up, right? So I'm saying, like, and I was born in 73. I'm actually talking about my grandfather. I know my great grandfather's story. I know my great grandmother's story because I got it directly from her. So I'm not even talking about. And I was 25 when I was able, she was 104, to sit down with her and kick it about. So I'm talking about my direct family. I'm trying to understand the struggle and even my own story. We know about what it was in the early 90s about getting a job. If you had some type of record, you know what I'm saying? You could forget about it. What we have right now, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We didn't all flip the script and actually became something because we just wasn't going to give up. Because somebody said you got a record didn't mean nothing. We're going to get on the street. We're going to get a... But I'm saying if it was not for us, we just would have stayed right there. So going back to the city girl mind state, once we became in the 90s, and you're saying when we had the Freakniks and all that, brothers already started to move towards that entrepreneurial. That's just what birthed the Bad Boy records and the Cash Money. I'm saying, like, that's when we started turning, because actually we was messed up for a long time until the early 90s. But once we start getting bread, whether it was drugs or record labels or whatever you're saying, women was not at that same plane at all during the late 80s and the early 90s. Would you agree with that?
What do you mean by that?
On the same level in terms of financial in terms of like getting money.
No, they weren't making as much money as we were, no.
So from 91 to like 2002 or something, we was on a plane. All of where women are at right now, all this shit is newfound money and newfound, you know what I'm saying, within from 2000 all the way up to 2020, in the last 25 years, this whole city girl mentality, Real Housewives of Atlanta, basketball, whatever, all this shit is, the Kardashians, it's all new. You know what I'm saying? And it's just almost like what somebody would do if you had $1 million. Like, they actually going crazy with whether they went to school. Some of them were squares, keeping it real. Some of these girls went to Morehouse or Spelman, and we know when they went where they were school, you understand, they got their bodies done, and now they fly girls. It was some fly girls back then, but it wasn't them. The so-called city girl mentality is the new chick with a new bag, making $200,000 a year by herself or $250,000 by herself. She got the bag and she getting her body done, and now she can control who I'm screwing and what I'm doing, girls trips and whatever else. That don't have nothing to do with slavery or Shahrazad Ali talking about, you know, whether the man was present in the home or not. Newfound money don't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Or the attitude, and another thing, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna land this plane right now. But you gotta keep in mind too.
I swear to God, I wish you would land it right here. You know why? Wait, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I don't even mean to be disrespectful, because I swear I did not just see that coming. And you just brought that shit full circle. I see what you're saying now. I didn't see it coming, but you just.
That's what I said. Because sometimes if I was with the Beans, if I say I'm gonna go kill, you say, "Oh, Kylo, hold up, who you gonna go kill?" I was like, "No, I was gonna kill time until my next." What you know saying? But if you cut somebody else's, then you don't get the full thing.
All right, y'all sound like you're having some bromance right now. Can we get back to the question?
Hold on, Great Pill. Hold on 1 second. A lot of things happened with social media. We had a King magazine and a Smooth magazine and all of them saying, all these girls, the Bria Miles, the Melissa Fords, they was like gods to these chicks.
Yep.
Now every girl has her own magazine. Do you understand what I'm saying? That comes with great. It can publish anytime she so choose.
Right.
And can monetize it. And I mean privately and publicly. All right, go ahead.
Bro, that's a great. I did not see that coming. You tied that shit up with a ribbon. I did not see that coming. That is a fact.
All right, may I chime in?
That's crazy. The whole story.
That's crazy.
May I chime in?
Damn.
That's crazy.
You got to agree. You got it, GP.
Yeah. If I mess up with the original question was, because we going back to Black History Month and all that stuff again. That was like January, February. But I think the original question was with Shahrazad Ali. If father was not in the
Shahrazad Ali.
Thank you. If the fathers wasn't in the household for the men, helping the daughter, playing an important role in her life, does that still impact the life and the decision making with the woman?
Yes, if the fathers didn't provide guidance and discipline for the daughters, could that have led to the city girl mindset?
Yeah, and in addition to that, before you answer, Great Pill, listen to these other tangibles that these, well, maybe not tangibles if you look at it a certain way, but listen to the things that she says a man provides.
We need the black man in our home because they provide guidance, direction, instruction, discipline, gratification, and fulfillment, which a lot of black women are pretending they don't even need no more. They weren't around trying to act like men.
You heard what she said? Pretending to act like men.
Don't need they men and don't need it no more.
Yeah, but again, key word was a lot of women. So this where you have to identify the select the woman that is not or that is.
Okay. I mean, yes.
Great Pill, you familiar with Shahrazad Ali?
From time to time.
I am very right. But yes, it definitely can affect because you're not there to influence, right? Right, you're not there to influence, right? I tell people, co-parenting is a lie for real because no matter what, you operating from a deficit. Mm-hmm. Right? Let me run something by y'all. Suppose it's split up, right? She wanted to break up. They got one kid, right? She wanted to break up. He wanted to stay, right? He wanted to stay for the family, but she wanted to leave for whatever reason. She upgraded. She thinks she deserved better, whatever, right?
Red in the bag.
Is it when they say that statistically that a two-parent household work out best, right? Statistically, right? What qualifiers did they give you? Oh, he worked at the plant with Mr. Phibbs and made $150,000, right? He drove a LS. They don't give you no qualifiers. They say two people in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something, ladies. Y'all gonna hate me after this. Y'all hate me already, right? If I could be totally honest, unless it's some stuff that really costs y'all life or your well-being, right? You're really not a good mother if you didn't stay with your child's father. You really not.
Can you expound on that?
Sure. Right? When a man leaves, right? When we just talking about abandoning, right? When the man leaves, he should have stayed and fought for his family, right? No matter what he was going through with her. Don't nobody ask the Deeks, right? Mm-hmm. About what that man done seen or he know or he went or he's going through with that woman, right? That woman gonna tell you everything he is and ain't doing, right? Right? Mm-hmm. He gonna put it out on Front Street, right? Facts?
I would agree.
Right? But when she leaves, right, it's for her own well-being because without her well-being being okay, it's going to affect the child. Mm-hmm. It's more about her than it is the kid.
That's a fact. I mean,
It's
I
more
wouldn't
about
disagree.
her than it is the kid.
I wouldn't disagree.
I don't know, man. It depends on the situationship of that. Like, because we can throw in abuse, we can throw in a lot of neglect. It's a lot of things when it comes to certain relationships with that. So, if it's a very strict line to cross, then yeah, the person need to opt out the relationship, especially when it comes to that.
Listen to what I said.
That's the point. That's the point that he made when he first started his statement.
What I said. And to y'all in the chat too that don't agree, that's fine. Yeah. I said unless it's like some life or death, some abuse type. Right. That's what I said.
He literally said that shit. Yep.
and contrary to popular belief, y'all, a lot of these women ain't getting their ass whooped like y'all say y'all is.
That's a fact. Damn. That should be mutual combat.
We supposed to be grown in this motherfucker, right? Uh-huh. Right? It's more about her than it is about anything. The kid supposedly she's taking statistically, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Statistically, beings, right? The two-parent situation is better, correct?
Right.
Right. So you thinking the one listen to what society telling us. This is what they telling us. This is what y'all don't want to peep out, right? Not y'all, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? So a woman who can't choose a man that's already making bad decisions can now make the best decisions for her and her child.
Nope.
I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's common sense. Like,
it's not common sense to the others.
Mm-hmm. So listen, sis, to answer your question, yes. And if that's the case, and if y'all have that understanding as a woman, and this ain't no disrespect to you, why don't y'all treat men as such then? If I'm the know all be all to y'all existence, right? When I'm right, right? And me and you together, everything get better. Why don't y'all treat a man as such then?
Talk to him, Rick.
Because every man, I know my brother up there know what to do.
Nah, Rick, they decentering us. They're decentering men when they don't know what they like. They don't know how we run. They don't know what drives us, but they're decentering us.
Listen to what I'm saying, bros. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Y'all all said earlier, not Beans, because Beans wasn't here, right? But what did y'all say if y'all find a woman that's on point? She's doing what she needs to do as a woman. She's a wife. What you say you gonna do as a man?
She get wifed.
Step up too.
She get wifed.
Yeah, she get wife. She step up too. Be a better person.
To the best of your ability, right? Because hey, I understand on YouTube we all millionaires, right? We ain't got
don't ever forget that part. Don't ever forget.
You know what I'm saying? I understand, right? Yet they ask for something they don't want to provide themselves. What is y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? If it was us, I'm telling y'all, I'll be on our neck. Beans know me on here for a long time. Sean know me for a long time. You know, I will tell y'all we fucking up. This is not that, bro. It's them.
We fucking up.
Listen to
fucking up.
But with love though.
Right. No doubt.
With love though, we gotta clear this up. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's y'all gotta forgive me. I got OCD. It's hard for me to listen to things when I correct them.
Let's go.
Most black people who are married come from single mother homes. Right? Like, I'm sorry, I've done so much research, I just got it all in my head. I can't, right? Most black people who are married come from single mother homes. Here's the thing, this whole narrative about, it's better if you come from a two-parent home. Okay, maybe she'll be less of a slut, right? But she's still gonna be a slut.
I mean, but Beans, I don't think that's the objective.
Dads ain't doing no different. They teaching their daughters not to trust men as well. These chicks that's coming from homes where they had fathers, the fathers teaching them not to trust men as well.
I get that.
So they're not getting no different thing just because they seeing they mama. These same women coming from two-parent households is the ones jumping on podcasts telling y'all that they look at marriage like it's slavery.
Damn.
That'd be the same
Right.
So we got to start correcting these narratives to some degree. You know what I mean? Is that Red who just came up?
Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more of my shows, click right here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. See you in the next one.